My name is Rianne Salter from Minding My Books. This video will demonstrate how the multiple inventory feature works within advanced inventory. This video can either be used as a tutorial for those that already have the software or as a demonstration for those that are looking to upgrade to Platinum or looking to purchase a new subscription. To allow me to keep making my tutorials, I simply ask that you hit the subscribe button. It is totally free. When you do hit the subscribe button, along with the notification button, you will be alerted when I put out a new video to help you with your QuickBooks software. First of all, why would you need multi-location inventory? My clients use multi-location inventory to keep track of their inventory items distributed across various locations, or they utilize the bin location feature to pinpoint the precise whereabouts of items within a specific site. These locations may include physical warehouses, company vehicles housing inventory, consignment locations, or inventory held at external manufacturers. For instance, consider an HVAC company with 3 vans, each stocked with inventory parts. You can establish your inventory site by naming each van and optionally assigning bin locations, followed by setting up your inventory to display the quantity on hand for each part. To get started, we need to enable the multiple locations feature within QuickBooks Enterprise. Keep in mind, multiple inventory with bin location is only available with QuickBooks Enterprise Platinum Edition subscription. If you currently own Gold or Silver, you would need to upgrade to the QuickBooks Platinum or Diamond Edition. Contact me from the information below to get the best possible pricing and help with implementation, setup, and training. Go to the Edit menu, select Preferences, choose Items and Inventory on the left side navigational toolbar, click on Company Preferences tab at the top, choose the Advanced Inventory Settings button. Under the Multiple Inventory Locations tab, ensure that the Multiple Inventory Sites feature is enabled. You can also enable notifications for duplicate inventory transfer numbers or transactions that would cause inventory to go negative. Checkmark the option to track bin locations within row, shelf, or bin location if desired. Enable notifications to warn if not enough inventory to sell per bin location. Keep in mind that when you enable bin location tracking in QuickBooks, all your items will be moved to an unassigned site until bins are created. Click OK as many times as prompted to complete setting up your preferences. Set up locations. The next step is to define your inventory locations. Click on List at the top of the toolbar. Choose your inventory site list. This is where you can define up to 1 million inventory locations, sites, and bin locations. To create a new inventory site, click on New in the lower left-hand corner. Give this site a name. Let's name this site Wholesale Warehouse. We will go through how to add a bin within a site in just a moment. Optionally, add a description for the site. Fill in the site contact name, along with phone, fax, or email if known, and the site address details if it's a physical location. Click Save once finished. To enter bin locations within the site, enter the name of the bin. If defining a location within that site, check the appropriate box. Choose the inventory location and add any description if needed. Go ahead then and click OK to save. Keep in mind you can bulk import multiple inventory locations at once by using Add Edit Multiple List Entries. Now that our locations are established, we're ready to implement inventory transfers between them. Navigate to the Inventory option in the toolbar. Select Transfer Inventory. Input the desired date for the transfer to occur. Provide a reference number and optional class designation if needed. Then specify the originating site location, followed by the destination site location. If you're simply changing bin locations within the same site, choose the same location for both originating and destination. Select the items for transfer. If this applies to you, input the originating bin location, indicate the quantity to transfer. Alternatively, use the option to pre-fill quantity to transfer with quantity on hand shown in the bottom corner. Specify the destination bin location if needed. Add any other pertinent information. Review the details. Proceed to save the transfer. You can set up an individual inventory item reorder point globally and/or for specific locations. To get started, let's return to the items list. Double-click on the desired inventory part. You can set the item's global reorder point within the inventory information section. To enter specific reorder points by site, select the Inventory Site Info button corresponding to that part. Here you can define the reorder point specific to this inventory part by site. Input the desired reorder point number. Keep in mind that the individual site reorder point does not have to total an item's global reorder point. For example, we have a global reorder point of 10, but our site reorder points do not total 10. Likewise, you can set different individual reorder points for an item at each inventory site without affecting the global reorder point for that item. Another thing to keep in mind is that you can set a reorder point for an individual site, but you cannot set a reorder point for that site's bin location. Click OK to save the reorder points. Once you turn on the use of inventory sites, you may need to modify transaction templates to include inventory site and maybe even bin location fields on transactions. Let's take a look at receiving a bill form. Go to Receive Inventory with Bill. You can see that it has added the site and bin location on the form. Where you may have to customize the form is within a sales order or invoice. Let's take a look at an invoice. Go to Create Invoices, click on Formatting, click on Customize Data Layout, go to Columns, click Inventory Site and Bin Location, and whether to show on screen and print. Click OK once finished. Repeat this on any form that doesn't show the fields. How to receive and release items from your inventory and bin location. To receive items into stock by site and/or bin location, go to Receive Inventory with or without a bill. Enter in your vendor name. We'll enter Foster Lighting. Choose the open PO or enter the bill information if no PO was entered. I'll choose a PO in this case. Enter the site and bin location of each item. If it's the same site for each item, choose to use the site on all inventory items for a fast entry. Since only the bin location is unassigned at this time, it automatically shows up as unassigned. Click on the arrow to show the amount currently on hand, then save the bill. Now let's show how to release the items from the locations. Go to Create Invoices, enter the customer name and pertinent information, enter the items or choose a sales order. I will enter the item I know we entered. I will choose to sell 5. Click in the blue box to see the quantity on hand by inventory site. Choose a site and bin location to release the quantity from. If there isn't enough quantity on hand, you will get a pop-up warning about negative inventory. Choose Save once finished. Let's select the blue box and we can see that the quantity has decreased by 5. Close once finished. Reports. When you turn on multiple inventory sites, Advanced Inventory adds new reports to your accounting software. Inventory site listing, quantity on hand, quantity on hand by site report. The first one we'll talk about is quantity on hand by site report. Go to Reports at the top of the toolbar, choose Inventory, select Quantity on Hand by Site Report. This report shows what you have on hand and where it is. As with any inventory report, pay close attention to the as of date. You can choose to show all inventory sites or specific inventory sites. You can hide 0 quantities on hand, but you may want to see if a location has 0 quantities on the report. Each inventory site gets its own column across the top of the report with the total amount of quantity on hand. Inventory valuation by site report. Another one is inventory valuation by site. This shows the inventory asset cost and retail value per location. Go to Reports at the top of the toolbar, choose Inventory, select Inventory Valuation Summary by Site, choose your as of date. You can choose to show all inventory sites or specific inventory sites. You can hide 0 quantities on hand, but you may want to see if a location has 0 quantities on the report. You can check to show inactive inventory items. You can filter by item, inventory site, and if you have your categories set up, you can filter by category. Click OK to run if you made any changes. The inventory site, along with category, quantity on hand, unit of measure, average cost of the item, total asset value, percentage of total assets in stock, sales price, retail value, and percent of total retail value in stock. Sub-items are grouped together with total showing. Select quantity on hand by site report. Inventory stock status by site. This report is instrumental for an inventory or purchasing manager to track inventory levels and reorders. Go to Reports at the top of the toolbar, choose Inventory, select Inventory Stock Status by Site, choose your from and to date. You can choose to show all inventory sites or specific inventory sites. You can use available quantity to reorder instead of on hand. You can hide 0 quantities on hand, but you may want to see if a location has 0 quantities on the report. Enabling full assemblies includes the components needed for sub-assemblies on pending builds in the reorder quantity column. You can check to show inactive inventory items. You can filter by item and inventory site. Click OK to run if you've made any changes. The inventory site shows along the top with reorder point, minimum and max, on-hand quantity, what amount is on the sales order, and for assemblies. What quantities are available to use, unit of measure, order amount, what's on purchase order, reorder quantity, next delivery date from POs, and average sales of the product during the time frame. Sub-items are grouped together with totals showing. Bin location tracking. Previously, we discussed how to track multiple inventory warehouses or sites. Now, let's delve into bin locations. Imagine you want to pinpoint where items are within a warehouse, down to the row, shelf, or bin. That's where bin location tracking comes in. It provides precise location information for every inventory item spanning multiple sites and warehouses. When completing forms, you'll automatically see quantities and serial or lot numbers for each bin. Plus, you can efficiently sort pick list and other transactions based on location. Bins essentially represent locations within inventory sites. Take a look at the screenshot below, which shows a distribution center site with various subsites or bin locations. The real power lies in the detailed setup. Not only can you track an item's overall location, but also its specific physical placement within that site. Items by bin location. The items on hand by bin location allows you to view what items are in each bin location and the quantity on hand. Go to Reports at the top of the toolbar, choose Inventory, select Items by bin location, choose your inventory site. Your bin locations will be grouped by your bin location showing the inventory item, description, and quantity on hand within that bin location. Sort pick list by bin location. One pretty cool feature with bin locations is that you can sort transaction rows by bin location on forms. First, you need to turn on sorting on transaction forms. Go to Edit at the top of the toolbar, Preferences, General Company Preferences tab. Check Allow Sorting on transaction forms. Here's an example of a pick list. It is a sales order template. The items are sorted in the order they were entered. They are not necessarily in easy picking order, meaning that the items may be scattered around the warehouse. But if you click on the column header labeled bin, then line items on that transaction will sort by that column, making it easier and faster for warehouse personnel to perform the picking of items. That concludes our video on how the multiple inventory feature works within Advanced Inventory. Please like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. With all the different software solutions that QuickBooks offers, it's difficult to get unbiased advice regarding the best software solutions for your business. Sign up for a free consultation to go through your current processes and to see if we can help save you time and money. As always, thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate you.